5 things that are blocking God's blessings in your life. Sometimes, without realizing it, we become our own stumbling blocks. We wonder why our prayers seem unanswered and if we've done something wrong. The truth is, God's blessings flow constantly like a river, full of healing, hope, and miracles. However, our actions, choices, and attitudes can obstruct these blessings. Unforgiveness is like carrying a heavy rock that slows us down. The Bible tells us in Matthew 6:14, "For if you forgive others when they do wrong to you, your Father in heaven will also forgive you." Forgiving others sets us free and allows God's blessings to flow into our lives. Doubt and lack of faith. Doubt clouds our spiritual vision. James 1:6 says, "But let him ask in faith with no doubting, for he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind." Doubt prevents us from fully embracing God's blessings. In the Bible, Peter walked on water by faith, but began to sink when he doubted. Faith, even in uncertainty, allows God's guidance to transform into blessings. Disobedience causes us to lose our way. 1 Samuel 15:22 says, "To obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed is better than the fat of rams." God's path is always for our good, and obedience ensures we stay on the right route. The story of King Saul in 1 Samuel 15 shows the consequences of disobedience. Following God's directions prevents many problems and heartaches. Pride leads to self-reliance and blocks God's blessings. Proverbs 16:18 says, "Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall." The story of King Uzziah in 2 Chronicles 26 illustrates the dangers of pride. Trusting in God's wisdom over our own opens up a world of blessings, peace, and true success. Neglect of prayer and praise. Philippians 4:6 reminds us to pray and give thanks in everything. Prayer and praise anchor us to God's presence, allowing His blessings to flow into our lives. The story of Jonah shows the importance of staying connected to God. Consistent prayer and heartfelt praise attract God's blessings and keep us close to Him. While God's grace is available to all, our actions can sometimes hinder the blessings He wants to give us. We can't earn God's blessings through works, but our behavior can either open or close us off to them. Living in sin. Persistently. Living in sin can block God's blessings. Just as a loving parent wouldn't reward bad behavior, God withholds blessings when we are in rebellion. As James 5:16 says, "The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective." Sin disrupts our relationship with God and can prevent us from receiving His blessings. Sometimes we miss out on blessings simply because we don't ask for them. James 4:2 states, "You do not have because you do not ask God." Jesus encourages us to ask, seek, and knock, assuring us that God listens and responds. Matthew 7:7-8. Remember, God cannot answer prayers we don't make. Lacking faith. Asking without faith can also block blessings. James 1:6-7 warns that doubting God is like being tossed by the wind. Such a person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Faith involves trusting in God's goodness and His power to act in our lives. However, demanding that God fulfill our desires on our terms is not true faith, but a form of works-based belief. Misunderstanding the ultimate blessing. The greatest blessing God offers is Himself. If we prioritize material blessings over a relationship with God, we miss the true treasure. Jesus taught in Matthew 6:33 to seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, promising that all other needs will be met. Recognizing God as the ultimate blessing keeps our focus on what truly matters. By aligning our lives with God's will, asking Him in faith, and seeking Him above all else, we open ourselves to the full range of blessings He desires to give.